What's up, everybody, man? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is JR, and I did 10 years in the Georgia Department of Correction, man. And I share prison stories. I let y'all know what was going on while I was behind the walls. Now, this story today, man, this took place when I was at Riverbend, man. It was this two cats from Augusta. You had that boy JP, which was GD, and you had that boy Q. Q was a regular civilian, but he was from Augusta. And the thing about Q and JP was, they was like this, bro. They was like brothers, for real, for real. These guys, they grew up in the same neighborhood from Augusta. JP was a short dude. JP was short and stocky. One of them looked like he played running back in high school or something, because he always talking about he fired running back and all this type of crazy stuff. And Q, he was a tall, like slender type of dude, you know what I'm saying? I guess they used to play on the same football team, because they always talk about back in their high school, he was a receiver and he was a running back and all type of stuff like this. But the thing about JP was this turned up YN dude, man. I'm talking about off the chain, wild, everything, always trying to beat somebody up, always trying to jump on something. And a lot of times you had this older cat, G Dude in the dorm, and he used to tell him like, "Hey man, we ain't on that mess, man. Don't be doing that. We ain't doing all that in here." You know what I'm saying? Cause he be ready, bro. He be ready to blow, especially about that TV, bro. He always want to spaz out on folks about the TV. Especially this man want to stay up late nights sometime, bro, and we want to watch Boondocks. Don't nobody want to watch no Boondocks in the dorm, bro. But he'll sit down and he watch that thing all the time, bro. So he'll get into folks about the TV and all that type of stuff every time. But Q he was a more reserved, quiet type of dude, humble, you know what I'm saying? Always laid back. But he with the BS too now. Sometimes you see hop out the pocket with JP. You know what I'm saying? Anytime JP be in something, sometimes these folk, the rest of the dudes from Augusta, they be have to remind him like, bro, he's GD. You're not. You know what I'm saying? You need to watch what you're doing, because you end up somewhere else and you get into problem with other gangs because of this dude, and you go somewhere else. He ain't going to be there with you, and you pretty much going to be on your own. You might have people from Augusta that's going to stand up with you, but not all the time. So our guys from Augusta used to always tell him that. But he ain't listen to that, man. They never listen to that. So let me tell you, when him and this dude, JP, they out there on the walk one day. I didn't go to chow, bro. I ain't go to chow. I had some stuff I got to handle in the dome. So I ain't go out to chow. When some of the guys came back, I heard him talking like, man, they beat the hell out of that boy. Boop, boop, boop. So I'm like, what? What done happened? There was like, man, Q and JP then jumped on somebody on the walk. You know what I'm saying? Went crazy on them. I guess somebody done disrespected Q or something like that. And JP done fired off on a dude from a different dorm. I ain't even know who it was. They were trying to explain to me and tell me who it was, but I ain't know who it was, man. It was one of them guys who just real quiet and just ride up under the radar like that. But these guys that went to the hole, you know what I'm saying? And when JP went, especially JP, when JP went to the hole, a lot of dudes in the dorm, they was happy. I heard one dude, he was like, man, I'm glad he gone, man. This little motherfucker, he just bad as ever, man. He just bad as ever. And it be like that sometimes, man. When you like a clown in the dorm, or you just always trying to start something, always a whole bunch of problems surrounding you, when you go to the hole, bro, everybody gonna be like this. They're gonna be cheering, bro. They're gonna be cheering, doing all that. So anyways, they went to the hole, and so about 2 weeks go by, bro. Boom. JP get out the hole. You know what I'm saying? Get out the hole. Come right back to the same dorm, bro. A lot of people was like, man, they ain't want him back in the dorm, but he ended up coming back to the same dorm. And a lot of times they'll do that. They'll put you back in the same dorm. Or if it was like an altercation within the dorm, they won't put you back in the dorm. So Buddy, who they had jumped on, they had moved him to the other side. And they moved Q to the other side. So when they got out, everybody was asking JP, like, where Q at? Where Q at? He's like, man, they put Q in E-billing. So I remember one dude was like, what? E-billing? Why the hell they put Q over there? You know what be going on over there? So JP was like, nah, man. The whole E-billing ain't like that, man. It's just EA. It's just EA. So boy was like, boy, I tell you, boy, they all over there in E-billing, boy. You know what they call E-billing? No, they call e-billing. So I was like, what they call e-billing? He like, man, Jamaica, man, you know what they call e-billing, bro. So I started to laugh, because I heard this when I first got to Riverbend, bro, what dudes was calling e-billing, bro. And I was surprised. I was like, why is they doing that, bro? Bro, these folks was calling e-billing Magic City, bro. Ain't no way. Bro, ain't no way, bro, they calling over there Magic City. Ain't no Magic City over there, because ain't no females over there. Only thing over there, bro, is a whole bunch of funny boys. In E8 to be exact, bro. A whole bunch of funny boys, bro. When they run their dorm, Like they dorm might be going to they building or something might be going to chow. When our building going to chow and dudes get to cussing them out and doing all type of stuff like that. You see all of them sometimes, bro. They be lined up on the fence dancing. Sometimes you might come out the building and you so happen to walk out the building, you look straight and over there. It's just a whole bunch of funny boys lined up on the fence, bro. On the yard, you be seeing them lined up. So I'm like, oh, bro. I'm like, man, listen, man, that boy Q got to get up from out of there. So JP was like, hell no, man. Q ain't in EA. They probably put him somewhere else. Boop, boop, boop. So anyway, bro, later on, we goes to chow. Boom. Strolling up the chow. We go to chow. Boop, 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 boop. Guess what building is in chow on the other side, bro? E building. So you know we come out the chow. Man, the officer in there, he was being a real monkey, bro. Real monkey. Sometimes, you know, a lot of officers, they'll let you out. You know what I'm saying? You go stand outside or whatever. It's a fence. When you go outside that door, it's a fence separating the east side chow hall from the west side chow hall. So when both buildings come out, people will be at the fence. They'll be at the fence just talking. And sometimes it be hard to get these guys off the fence because they'll sit there and run their mouth the whole time, bro. And you know they got to run other buildings, the chow and the officers got to go back to their regular duties because they might have done pulled them out of a building to come and run chow and all that type of stuff. So this officer, he was being real monkey this day, man. He didn't want to let nobody at the chow hall. He had the exit door locked. Boom. So when we got out, bro, when he opened the door and we go out, Q was already at the fence. I guess he was trying to holler at JP. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. When I went outside, I hear him like, what's up? Boop, boop, boop. And I walked out. He like, Jamaica, what's up? I was like, what's up, boy? You need to goddamn come back to the other side. He's like, man, I'm trying to, bro. I'm trying to. So that's when I heard JP. JP was like, what dorm you in? He's like, man, they're going to put me in EA, man. Put me in EA. So JP was like, boy, what? Ain't no way, boy, you in Magic City, bro. So Q was like, man, hell nah, bro. Hell nah, don't be doing all that, bro. Don't be doing all that. He's like, boy, your ass in Magic City, boy. What you doing over there? You need to come. He's like, bro, you should have bucked off top. You should have never went in there. You should have never came out the hole if you knew that was where you was going. But I guess he was like, he didn't know where it was going. So anyways, bro, I push off. Back down the walk. Back down to the building. I come back to the building. When JP got in the building, he got in the building probably about 5 minutes after me because he always outside loitering, bro. He's always one of the last ones to come in the dorm. He be running around out there in the hallway. The officer always got to chase him around. Hey, get in the dorm. All that type of stuff. That's JP. So when JP come in there, JP was like, man, shit, we at the TV. We at the sports TV. So, you know, everybody just chilling, bro. Catching up on sports and stuff in the evening. They be having all these little sports shows coming on. Everybody tuning in, taking notes for their favorite team and all that type of stuff. So we there. So JP was like, man, what the hell that nigga Q got going on, man? Q goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like, he want to stay. He should have never went in there. He should have went in there. So the same nigga that was talking about Jamaica, what they call over there, he went to Joni. He's like, boy, your homeboy might be goddamn swerving around the block, boy. That's what he was doing. And JP was like, hell nah, boy. Q ain't even on that type of shit, bro. He's like, man, Q probably just don't like the hole, and he just got out and trying to get moved, you know what I'm saying, by the counselor or the unit manager or something like that. So Buddy kept laughing. He like, boy, once you go in EA, boy, you want to stay in there, boy. So JP was like, man, he just been in there. We just got out, bro. We just got out. He gonna get moved. So Buddy there, he just went to talking with the Joan, and they went to laughing and stuff like that. But you could tell JP, he felt some type of way about it, bro. So anyways, bro, about 2 days go by, coming out the chow hall again. Guess who on the other side? E-billing, bro. So JP and them folks, they there talking or whatever. So JP was like, man, what's up, bro? You ain't coming back? What you doing over there, boy? You need to move from over there, boy. There ain't nobody, a whole bunch of F-boys over there. And right when he was saying that, bro, it was on a whole bunch of crew, and F-boys was walking out, bro. Walking out the chow hall. So all of them was looking. So JP, you know, he real stupid, bro. He like, man, what y'all looking at, man? Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I said that. So you know them punks, bro. They get to putting on a whole type of show out there. I said, boop, it's time for me to pull off. Put the car in gear. I'm gone. Yeah, I'm down to walk, bro. I ain't got no time to be standing there hearing all that foolery, bro. So I guess when I'm going down to walk, I hear him up there cussing all them folks out. This nigga JP trying to cuss with them folks. And one thing I know from being in chain gang and being in dorm with these people, bro, you can't get in an argument. That's like you getting in an argument with a female, bro. It's a lose-lose situation. You gonna end up wanting to punch them out and all type of stuff. Cause you know they ain't got no type of shame, bro. It's no shame in their game. You see what they doing. They don't care about nothing that they don't tell that they oh you gonna say to them, bro. You can't hurt their feelings about nothing. So anyway, bro, boom, we back in the dorm, back onto the sports TV again. Bro, it's like, hey, bro, goddamn, them days ticking by, boy. Your boy's still in that EA, bro. What's going on? Whoop, whoop, whoop. So that's when you tell JP. JP was like, man, I got a partner in E-Building, bro. He ain't over there in EC. I'm going to holler at him, boy. Because all the buildings, you got 4 dorms in each building, bro. And the rest of these dorms, I remember one of the dorms was like a veteran dorm. Yeah, like a lot of people who've been locked up a lot of times, and a lot of dudes that are actually veterans. You know what I'm saying? Who've been in the military, served, and all that type of stuff in Vietnam and all them type of wars and stuff back in the days. A lot of them are in prison, so they got like a veterans dorm, and it's like an older, like a senior citizen type of dorm, quiet dorm. That's what one of the dorms was, and the other 2 dorms was regular. But EA, where that boy Q was, yeah, it was definitely a swerving block, funny boy dorm. So JP was like, man, I'm gonna ask. I got an older partner from Augusta, bro. He in EC, bro. I'm gonna holler at him. And stuff like that. Anyways, bro, tomorrow comes. I guess JP, cause he be going to programs and stuff like that. And Q be going to programs. They be going to GD class. So, he come back one day. He boiling hot. He's like, man, shit, bro, I don't know what JP got going on, bro. We just sitting up under the TV. Because, a lot of times, bro, guys just be in the dorm and we just, just lounging around, bro. Sitting on the tables, just chilling, talking. Guys might be playing spades. We watching TV. That's just how we politic sometimes, bro. And we right up under the sports TV politicking. And that's when JP was like, man, shit, man. Goddamn, old head telling me, goddamn, Q on some funny stuff over there. So, old boy went to laugh, and he was like, boy, I told you, boy, that nigga Q over there swerving around the block, boy, he's swerving. So JP, he was like, man, I hope he ain't on no shit like that, man. But old head told me, goddamn, he be looking over there in the dorm, because at the front of the dorms, bro, it's all like plexiglass and stuff like that. So a lot of times, I could be here in like A dorm, and I could look right over there in D dorm, bro. I could see everything that's going on. I could see people moving around, all that type of stuff. People walking over there to the bathroom, people over there by the microwave or at the sink, or guys who just standing at the front of the dorm. And I guess old head and told him that he's seen goddamn Q chopping it up with one of them funny boys. So that had him hot. He was like, man, shit, bro. I holler at Q, bro. We in education, bro. I holler at him. I was like, boy, you need to get up out that dorm, boy. What you got going on? It must be something in that dorm you like. So he said, Q was like, hell nah, bro. Stop trying me, bro. I've been trying to get moved, but these folks don't want to move me, bro. I ain't trying to go back to the box. So JP was like, man, he was telling him like, bro, man, you better take your ass back to the box and get out that dorm, bro. I'm finna goddamn call home, and I'm finna tell them folks, I'm gonna call your mama and everything. So I was like, what the hell? Bro, he was in the middle of the dorm saying this shit, bro. When he's saying this shit, you could tell he was tight, he was mad, and he was hurt, bro. When he talking about, man, I'm finna call this nigga mama, man. This nigga over there in the dorm with a whole bunch of punks and stuff. Old head telling me he be looking over there, he be seeing whole boy and punk just standing up having conversation and stuff like that. Now, I don't know how that stuff go, and I don't know how true it was, you know what I'm saying? But if it's true, then, hey, man, ain't no telling what they talking about. Bro. So JP was like, he was just telling him, like, boy, you need to get out that dorm. He said the nigga complained about they won't move him and stuff like that. So anyways, bro, boom. I said about 4 or 5 days go by, bro. Outside the chow hall again. Standing up. We come out the chow hall. This nigga Q standing up at the fence, bro. Like he been waiting at the fence to holler at JP and stuff like that, boom. So he like, man, what the hell you got going on, man? Big old argument out there, bro. It's just a fence separating. So JP like, man, what the hell you talking about? He like, boy, I call home, boy, you goddamn telling them folks I'm goddamn effing around with punks and all type of stuff, bro. What's up, bro? What's up with that? He like, shit, bro, I told you I'm gonna do it. You need to get out the dorm with them punks, bro. He like, man, you ain't seen a nigga doing nothing. You ain't seen a nigga messing with no punks or nothing like that. He like, bro, why you still in the dorm, bro? He like, man, old head done told me he be seeing you in the dorm all the time, just standing up. You on the punk, politicking, doing all that type of stuff. So JP was like, man, ain't nothing funny on my name, bro. So JP was like, hell yeah, boy, it's a lot of funny shit on your name, boy. That's why I call back to the hood and let them folks know. I let your mama know, bro. He like, man, you like my brother, bro. We grew up together, bro. You in here going out bad, bro. Folk talking bad about you. He like, man, so Q was like, man, can't no nigga talk bad about me, bro. I ain't got nothing going on. Ain't nothing funny going on with me. So JP was like, shit, boy, it's dead, boy. It is what it is. So Q like, man, all right, bro. You owe me one for that. You owe me one for that. So JP was like, shit, nigga. Fuck, nigga, come through the gate and get it. Come through the gate and get it. So the officer seen that it was an altercation and it's a big argument going on. So, they get to doing their thing. Hey, y'all get off the fence. Get back to the dorm. Get back to the dorm. I was just standing up watching, bro. A whole bunch of people, bro, watching from both sides. Folks like, man, what the hell is going on, man? Because these two dudes is like this, bro. They like this, but I didn't know that this nigga JP was gonna do that for real, bro. This man called home, bro. When we get back in the dorm, bro, this is like a regular thing in the evening for us to just sit up on the sports TV, bro. We might just be watching one of them sports shows and stuff, talk about sport. We went right back. This nigga JP in there hot. He's like, man, that nigga talking about I won, bro. He mad because I called home. So, you had other guys who sharing they own a little part of the state. They giving their own little 2 cents in the story. They like, man, you should have never did, man. You should never call home telling that nigga mama that shit like that. So JP was like, man, F that, man. F that, man. Me and this nigga been growing up, bro. We went to elementary school, middle school. We got kicked out of high school together and all type of stuff, bro. This man coming in here messing with punks. Hell yeah, I'm gonna make the hood know, bro. Hell yeah, I'm gonna make the hood know, because everybody see me around him, they gonna think I'm a punk. So old boy was like, man, what proof do you have? You know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, I burn fire and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, he didn't say burn fire, but he was like, he on condone with all type of stuff like that. So, what type of proof he got, though, to say that Buddy messed? So he was like, man, old head told me that every time he look over on the dorm, it be goddamn Q and the punk just talking like that. So bro is like, man, there really ain't no proof, bro. Ain't no telling what they talking about. And he did make sense too, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? JP didn't have no solid proof that Q was actually messing with a punk. He just heard from an older dude from Augusta who was in another dorm and who I always see over there and be like, okay, yeah, he see him talking to a punk. But it wasn't no reason for you to call home. That's what Buddy was telling him, like, bro, I think you went too far with that. So JP, he young. He turned, man, F that, man. F that. Man, he should have never been in that dorm, man. Ain't no real nigga going to that dorm, bro. He's like, bro, you would have went to that dorm. He went to pointing around, asking everybody. He's like, you would have went to that dorm. You would have went to that dorm. When he pointed at me, I said, bro, don't even ask me nothing like that. I'm not going in that dorm. I'm not going there, bro. I'm not going there. I spend another couple days in the hole or something till y'all put me somewhere, bro. Because sometimes, bro, if you go in them dorms like that, they pretty much going to stain your name. Even if you're not in there doing nothing, bro, they going to stain your name. Because they're going to be like, why you around all these folks? Why you do this? You know what type of dorm this is. Exactly, bro. So that's when Buddy was telling me, like, bro, you shouldn't have took it too far. But JP wasn't trying to hear none of that, bro. He wasn't trying to hear none of that. He 38 hot. Then he talking about this nigga talking about how to won. He talking about how to won. He shit, man. I been whooping his ass, man. Ask him. I been slamming him out. I been putting him on his head. Doing all that crazy stuff like that. So Buddy was like, bro was joking. Bro was like, hey, man. Bro, when Q see you, boy, it's on. Boy, it's on. So anyways, bro, about 2 days go by like that. You hear people talking about it and stuff like that. You might be coming from chow in the hall where you hear people talking about the situation. And goddamn JP, he's always talking to the rest of the dudes from Augusta, you know what I'm saying, in the other dorms. He's like, man, that nigga F-boy, whoop, whoop, whoop. All that type of stuff, bro. So a couple days go by, bro. Boom, we heard that boy Q in the hole. Yeah, that boy Q done put himself on the door. You know what I'm saying? I guess the old head over there done told goddamn JP what going on. Because JP was like, man, I heard that nigga went to the hole. He should have been went to the hole. Hell, he doing over there all this time. Shit, ain't got to take all that. I got to call his mama and tell his mama this. Can you imagine, bro, somebody calling your mama, bro, and telling your mama that? That's crazy. That's some crazy work, bro. That's some crazy work. But that boy JP, that boy Q done checked himself in the hole, bro. Checked himself in the hole, bro. And guess what? 2 days later, bro, he ain't even that long in the dope. Boom, we in the dorm, bro. This nigga JP was at program. He had GD class and stuff. Boop. Charlie coming in the dorm. They dropping people off who coming out the hole. Guess who it is? Q. And guess where he's coming? Right back in the same dorm. Right back in the same dorm, bro. He coming there. You got a couple dudes like, what's up? What's up? He like, what's up, Jamaica? I said, what's up to him? I ain't got no problem with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was over there messing with them folks. If he was, that's his business. You know what I'm saying? To each his own, bro. You do whatever you want to do. It's a free world, bro. Do whatever you want to do. That's just your problem, bro. Just don't cross that imaginary line with me. I don't have no problem with you, bro. So he came in the dorm unpacking stuff. So, you know, a lot of dudes that used to holler at him in the dorm talking to him, you could tell dudes was looking at him funny. Dudes are trying to shade him. You know what I'm saying? Trying to not deal with him, not trying to talk to him and stuff like that. So he went unpacking his stuff like that. Poop, poop, poop. I guess he knew that JP was going to be at program during this time, because this is the time when he usually go and stuff like that. So he got all this stuff, bro. I seen him sitting in the dorm and stuff. He just sitting like this. By this time, it's like 11 o'clock, bro. You know, second block movement, they come back by 11:30, 11:45 before that 12 o'clock count. So, bro, look, program's coming back. You see everybody coming in the dorm. So me now, you know me, I'm sitting on one of them tables out there. I'm looking for JP. Boom, I see JP. He bust the corner. He argued with the officer. He like this. Boop, 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 boop. He came in the door like turned up, but his back was like to the door when he came in. Well, yeah, to the officer. When he came in, boom, he turned around. He got his little books and stuff in his hands and stuff. He came back in the dorm. He turned around. He looked. When he looked, it's like he's seen a ghost, bro. I guess nobody told him that JP and then got out, that Q and then got out the hole, bro. So when he turned around and seen that, boy, he like, bro, he dropped that stuff ASAP in the middle of the floor. What's up? What's up, bro? What's up? What you want to do? You say you want that one, ain't it? What's up? Man, what's up? Let go, thug. Let go. Let go. Let go. So Q stood up. Q was like, man, just wait till after count, bro. You know they finna count. We ain't finna do all that excitement. We finna do all that. You ain't finna cop no deuces. So JP was like, man, nigga, I ain't copping no deuces, nigga. I ain't copping no deuces, man. You know what's up. You say you want the one, let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. What, nigga, you scared of the hole? You scared of the hole? You was just over there with all them F-boys, man. Ain't no way you scared of the hole. Shit, let's do it. So a lot of folks in the dorm, they were like, man, just chill, man. Wait till after count. Y'all catch the cut and go ahead and goddamn shoot the one. So JP was like, no, he walk around mad as ever, bro. Q, he just sat on his bed just like this. Sat on his bed, bro. These folk come in, officer come in, stand by for count, whatever. Boom. Anyways, put us on standby for count. Next thing you know, they come around. You see them going to the other dorms counting. They come over in the dorm, they count. I'm looking at this nigga JP. JP got them state boots. He done took his little sneakers off and put them goddamn state boots on. He tied up like he in the military or something. Tied real tight. He over there looking like this. Mad as ever, bro. That boy Q standing there like this. Bro, as soon as the officer leave, bro, when the officer leave out, she was like, y'all stand by for chow now. Y'all stand by for chow. Went out to the next dorm and counted or whatever, bro. Anyways, when they left, Q was like, man, what's up, bro? Let go. Let's catch a cut. JP like, shit, man, let go. Let go. They went back there to the cut. Now, you know, like I said, JP, he's GD. You know what I'm saying? So you had a couple of GD dudes in the dorm. They like, man, bro, they ain't shouldn't be fighting no goddamn punk. Whoop, whoop. I remember one of them saying that. And Q was like, shit, bro, I ain't no punk, bro. You catch the one right after him. You know what I'm saying? So now you had a couple of GD dudes, they riled up. You know what I'm saying? They on some shit like this. But JP, he was like, hell nah, bro. We ain't finna jump him. We ain't doing none of that. They me and him. You know what I'm saying? Then me and him ain't nothing going on. You know, if y'all want to shoot the one with him, like, bro, if you want to shoot the one with him after, you shoot the one with after. But ain't nobody jumping him. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that he still kind of cared about him. And he's still his homeboy, bro. These folk grew up together from sandbox days, bro. From sandbox days. So anyways, bro, they go back there. I couldn't get to really see him like that, but I heard them things thrown. You know how I go in the chain gang. Boom, 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 boom. That's all you hear. Boom. Next thing I heard, bro, somebody was like, man, don't slam him, man. Don't slam him. You know what I'm saying? Bro got took for that ride, bro. He got took for that ride. You know what I'm saying? I see Q get up, bro. Them folk like, man, break it up. They break it up, break it up. I see Q get up. He walking like this. Back bent down like this. I'm like, boy, that nigga JP been slamming you out all his life, bro, because he just slammed you again. You know what I'm saying? So JP was like, what's up, bro? You want some more? You want some more? So Q was like, man, shit, you ain't saying nothing, bro. You ain't saying nothing. So little buddy GD dude who was talking, he like, shit, bro, I want my 1-2. I want my 1-2. So Q was like, shit, I bet. He went back over there, fought JP again, bro. They over there hitting for a good little minute, bro. Good little minute. Boom, 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 boom. But Q came out talking mad trash, bro. Q came out like, shit, nigga, what's up? You know what's up with me. You know what's up with me. So JP was like, all right, you got that round, bro. I got the first round. So Q was like, man, it ain't over with, bro. It ain't over with. You gonna have to call my folks and tell my folks, boy, ain't nothing going on with me. Ain't nothing funny about me. So JP was like, man, I ain't finna do none of that. I ain't doing none of that. So he like, boy, we gonna keep hitting till you do it. You know what I'm saying? So same time Q turned around, he looked dead at the other GD nigga. What's up, bro? Let go. Let go. He amped up now, bro. He all the way turned up. They go back there in the cut. Quick time. Boop, 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 boop. About 10 seconds, bro. I heard that boy Q, yeah, nigga, go to sleep, nigga, go to sleep. So I was like, boy, what the hell? This nigga Q turned up. He done put that boy to sleep. Left him over there on the floor, bro. Came out like this. Now, you know, this had a lot of the GDs upset, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, JP was like, man, y'all chill, bro. It is what it is, bro. Bro asked on one, he gave him a one, and we ain't finna jump him, ain't nothing going on like that. But at this time, bro, Q was like, man, I don't give a damn, nigga. Y'all nigga could jump me if y'all want to. What's up? He like, man, little bro, you know what's up with me, JP. We been getting jumped. We been jumping, nigga. What's up? I don't care about none of that. Then you had the older dude, GD dude in the dome. He pretty much kind of came and squashed the whole situation, bro. He came and killed the whole situation, bro. And for a couple of days, these folks, they was mad at each other, bro. Mad at each other and stuff like that. And after a period of time, bro, you see them start, you know what I'm saying, talking, what's up, bro, whoop, whoop, whoop. When the other Augusta dudes, I always used to see them out there, bro. Sometimes some of them be talking to Q. Sometimes some of them be talking to JP. But I guess they done did their little investigation and found out that man wasn't messing with no punk or nothing like that, man. It wasn't messing with no punk, so him and JP, they went back to talking, but you could tell that it wasn't nothing like it used to be, bro. Cause usually they walk the chow together, they go in programs together, they walk together. No, it wasn't like that. They'll talk, but they wasn't walking around together. You could tell that it was still some type of animosity and still something going on between them, bro. There's still something going on between them. Every time I see he holler at me, I holler at him and stuff like that, bro. But it was just a crazy situation, bro, for somebody to call your mom and tell your mom that you in here messing with punks and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if he actually did call back home and tell them folks. I guess he did, but I don't know for sure if he did call back home and tell them folks that it was false news or something like that. But how do you straighten something like that, though? How do you straighten something like that if you go out there and goddamn tell them folks that the man in here messing with them punks, bro? That's crazy. That's some crazy work. But that's the story for today, man. I appreciate y'all taking out the stories, man. I appreciate everybody for the views, all the subs, a lot of love, man, a lot of peace, respect. I'm out.